What the fuck, dude? What the fuck? Okay, show it, you coward. I can't. He's naked, dude. What the fuck? Madison Cawthorn is like, he's a congressperson, the youngest congressperson in American history, if I'm not mistaken, out of North Carolina. He's seen as a rising star in the Republican Party, but of course, as a rising star in the Republican Party, you are going to be a controversial figure regardless. People say that kind of alluded to like being in the military. He like LARPed as like a military guy a little bit when he was running, and then, you know, as though he like got his injury in the military or something, and then immediately people were like, that's not true. So then he was like, well, actually, I was going to go into, like, I was slated to become a Navy SEAL, but then I couldn't because I got into this car crash. And then they were like, no, that's not true either. You know, he's a bit of a LARPer. He talked about how he was like a real estate guy, but then that wasn't real either. You know what I mean? He's like 27 years old. He's pretty young. He also like lied about the car crash that he was in, where he said that like his homie literally left him to die, when in fact like his homie actually in the car crash saved his life and like risked his own life to save his life. So he's on the hustle grind set. Yes, he is really on that hustle grind set. So basically that's popping off for Madison, but like that's not really anything. It doesn't really hurt him that much. But then Madison goes on the like warrior poet, was it Wounded Warrior Poet or some Warrior Poets Society, like these fucking like conservative veterans that, you know, cry all the fucking time. I don't know. But they're also like rugged individualist men. They're like Black Rifle Coffee, but also like I cry and I like poetry. That's how I imagine they are. I don't know anything about them. He goes on that fucking podcast, okay? And I think he's like really young, and I think he wants to make an impact. He's really young there, and he wants to like come across as cool. I mean, look at him. He's like wheeling his fucking protein shake here. So on that interview, he basically talks about like how corrupt DC is. He basically says this. I'm going to show you. All the prior stuff that happened to Madison Cawthorn was like completely negligible, doesn't really matter, doesn't hurt him in any meaningful capacity, until he goes on the Warrior Poet Society podcast and he says some things about Republicans, right? He's like, and it's literally just a random comment. Okay. And I think in most circumstances, they probably would have just, like any normal human being, probably would have just not even thought about it. I'm going to show you the comments real quick.
In that show is that you could never get a piece of legislation about education passed that quickly.
And everything else is good.
Aside from that, I mean, the sexual perversion that goes on in Washington, I mean, being kind of a young guy in Washington, with the average age of probably 60 or 70.
I'm going to go ahead and assume he was trying to do like a QAnon adjacent take here, and then it like kind of fell apart.
And I look at all these people, a lot of them that I've looked up to through my life. I've always paid attention to politics, guys that, you know, then all of a sudden you get invited to like, well, hey, we're going to have kind of a sexual get together at one of our homes. You should come. And I'm like, what did you just ask me to come to? Yeah. And then you realize they're asking.
I think he was like trying to be cool. Also, there's so much about this because it's like, I want to believe this. I want to personally believe this. In the bottom of my heart, I wanted to believe this. The moment I heard this, I was like, I mean, do they do like freak sex shit in Washington, D.C.? Of course they do. Like, is it to the extent of like Joe Biden is eating babies? Like, Joe Biden has half-eaten babies in a basement. Like, is it to that degree? Absolutely. Yes, that is how that it. Yes, that's what's going on. Okay. Like, obviously, it's not to that degree, but, like, they do fucking weird shit, right? Of course. It's like Hollywood for ugly people, right? So do I believe that Republicans would invite Madison Cawthorn to one of these fucking orgies? Yes. Would they also ask in the most goober way possible by being like, would you like to come to a sexual get-together? Also, yes. Fuck yes. So that's like 8 points for Madison Cawthorn on behalf of him, like probably being honest in this circumstance. Okay, look.
Then all of a sudden you get invited to like, well, hey, we're going to have kind of a sexual get together at
a kind of sexual get together. Like, I can totally see that. Also, Madison's good looking. Okay. He's a hottie. He's a baddie, dude. Okay. He's a baddie.
What did you just ask me to come to? Yeah. And then you realize they're asking you to come to an orgy. Yeah. Or the fact that, you know, there's some of the people that are leading on the movement to try and remove, you know, addiction in our country, and then you watch them do, you know, a key bump of cocaine right in front of you, and it's like, wow, this is wild. And then there's also kind of the whole espionage aspect of what goes on in Washington. Of, you know, so many people trade in secrets, and there's a currency to secrets, and so. It's wild. And then, you know, there's members of the media, the journalists, who kind of will keep nasty stories about you or about other people on a shelf. And then if you're about to kind of speak out against something they don't want you to, they'll come out and say, well, we're about to drop the story of when, you know, 17 years ago you did X, Y, and Z. And you don't want us to drop that story, do you? So
Called opposition research. This part is absolutely true, but also think about how prescient Madison Cawthorn was. What is the joke? It's like foreshadowing is a plot vehicle. My man pre-watched this harder than I pre-watch videos. Okay, Madison Cawthorn, it's like he was looking into the future. It's like he opened up a fucking okay, he just opened up a window into the future. He just ripped the space-time continuum, okay? Anyway, so he just like does this, and then after this pops off, and most people would have probably not thought about this twice, okay? They would have been like, oh, look at that. He's like a cutie. He's trying to be cool. Trying to be cool. Look at him with his backwards cap. You know what I mean? Talking to the warrior poet guy. He wants to like flex on him. You know what I mean? Like they could have just like dropped this. Instead, though, this happens. So Kevin McCarthy, the House GOP leader, who doesn't give a fuck unless like, I mean, you could just fucking say the 14 words, Sig Heil, and probably Kevin McCarthy would not say anything about that. But the moment he talked about the orgy, it's like, whoa, hold on, the fuck? And they basically bring him in and berate him, okay? And I mean, like, they didn't just, like, baby berate him. They fucking ripped him, okay? They ripped him harder than this ad break rips at the top of the fucking hour. I mean, they just straight up. So Kevin McCarthy says he rebuked Madison Cawthorn over the orgy take. So here it is. House Minority Leader Kevin McCarthy brings him in, says he lost his trust in him because of the salacious claims that there could be consequences as a result. He didn't specify what those consequences could be. And not only that, but also Republicans were apparently getting calls from their constituents about like being sexual perverts. You know what I mean? Like the constituents were calling in and being like, are you one of them that gets, that goes to the sexual get-togethers? And the Republicans, of course, were like, no, I wish, except, they probably were. So basically he gets ripped apart. There's a photo that I want to show you of him wheeling out of Kevin McCarthy's, office like that for you to understand, like, yeah, look at that. He's like, my man is red in the face from crying, okay? Representative Madison Cawthorn just left McCarthy's office. He met with the GOP leader, Minority Whip Stephen Scalise for roughly 30 minutes. Cawthorn didn't respond to my questions about the meeting as he was leaving. Like, he's literally he's like bald. And by the way, King, there's nothing wrong with expressing your feelings, okay? I'm just going to let you know right now, Madison, I side with you on this. Fuck Kevin McCarthy and fuck Stephen Scalise, okay? McCarthy 100% threatened to kill his family? No, they didn't. They probably, that kind of stuff is not what works, I think. Like, I think what happened is like they probably were like, you're gonna lose everything, like we're gonna take everything away from you. So then when this popped off, I said, that's really interesting. This makes the sexual get-together argument a little bit more true because, this is kind of weird. Like, the Republicans don't operate this way usually. Like, they never operate this way. That's crazy, right? And at the time, I was thinking to myself, like, maybe it's real. I was like at like a 45% because I know how fucking perverted these DC freaks are, right? The DC elite are. I was at like 35, 40%, maybe 45%, could be real, could not be, who knows, right? But then the drip feed of opposition research started coming in as the May 17th primary that Madison Cawthorn is about to go to popped the fuck off. Now, there's a lot of drip feed of opposition research out there that is discrediting Madison Cawthorn from a very deliberate, very specific, and ultimately very weird way. Politico came out with an article and the Daily Beast came out with an article. Both of these articles were on different things. I think one of them was about him Madison Cawthorn potentially engaging in some insider trading. The Washington Examiner came out with an article. The National Review came out with an article. Right now, if I Google Madison Cawthorn, I mean, it's crazy, right? Madison Cawthorn accuses the establishment of targeting him, which I do believe is the case, for the record. Madison Cawthorn staffer touches the congressman's crotch in a new leaked video. He's continuing to face criticism. Opinion: Madison Cawthorn is a problem Republicans created for themselves. It came out that he was in drag. Here it is. Here's the Politico exclusive 7 days ago. Madison Cawthorn looking fabulous. If I do say so myself, looking absolutely fabulous. I mean, looks beautiful. King. I mean, great body fat percentage, looking vascular, looking good, looking tight, definitely working on those biceps. I mean, you look, you have to respect someone who has the separation of the deltoid in the tricep area like this. I mean, this is good. If you can spot a dude's triceps from the front and you can spot that separation, I respect that. Okay. Sorry. I am literally, a man who appreciates these things and I'm biased. Okay. Sorry. So, I mean, none of this stuff is bad. Like, the irony irony is the original stuff about like girls in college saying that he would, drive them like aggressively and like scare them, all this other stuff. That was actually not good. That was actually bad, right? Those accusations early on were bad. They didn't even hurt him at all. But now they're trying to hurt him by hitting him with like accusations that are so fucking stupid. I don't even think Madison Cawthorn is gay, for the record. I know that like a lot of liberals think that he's gay. Also, he does look like West Hollywood Equinox sauna goer. Okay, I'll be honest. He does. He looks like a hot twink that you would see in a West Hollywood Equinox sauna. Having said that, though, do I think he's gay? I don't know. This, some of the stuff that has come out so far has not led me to believe he is gay. But if you ask liberals, when they saw this, libs with rainbow flags in their bio basically calling Cawthorn slurs now, people are fucking losing their shit. The way that liberals reacted to this was like, but even if he is bi, which I don't know, and if he is, more power to him. Who gives a fuck? There's nothing wrong with that, obviously. Occupy Democrats, does anyone have the Occupy Democrats tweet? Like, Occupy Democrats is literally just like calling him the F slur, pretty much. It's like, retweet to call Madison Cawthorn to F slur. It was awesome. Like, Occupy Democrats, whenever something happens, I'm like, what is Occupy Democrats going to tweet about? You know what I mean? What does Occupy Democrats have to say about this in the most unhinged way? Okay. Breaking. MAGA Representative Madison Cawthorn whines that the establishment is waging a coordinated drip campaign against him and says an attack article will drop every few days to kill him with a death by 1,000 cuts. Retweet if you think we deserve to know all of his secrets. Photos leak exposing Madison Cawthorn partying while dressing in a skimpy lingerie and hoop earrings while drinking with women. Cawthorn previously claimed that he refused to attend Republican cocaine orgies. Retweet if you think that he must resign. This is the one where they celebrate his divorce. I mean, dude, I love Occupy Democrats, though. Here's why, okay? Here's what I gotta say. This kind of unhinged, over-the-top liberal behavior reminds me of Bush-era liberalism, and I love that. Straight up. I unironically am in support of having, like, our own fucking deranged fedayeen on at least, like, the left side or the center-left side that, like, behaves in the way that Republicans do, like the Midas touch guys. Because Bush-era liberalism used to be very aggressive. Like, they would just straight up, they would just be like insane to Republicans in the same way that Republicans are insane to liberals. And I feel like Democrats have gotten so focused on like aesthetic civility and all this other shit, and it's quite frustrating. And they're feckless and they're cowardly. Like I want this kind of fucking militancy, right? Even though they do go way overboard and will say like really sus shit, but I do think that that's funny. So I don't really care. I'm gonna be honest. Let's watch the CNN coverage of it to give a better like summary of what's going on. Okay.
Homeland Security Chairman Benny Thompson urging the TSA to punish Republican Congressman Madison Cawthorn to the fullest extent possible after Cawthorn was caught with a loaded handgun at a TSA checkpoint. I do emphasize loaded handgun to begin with, but a loaded handgun in an airport. It's just the latest controversy for the youngest member of Congress. Diane Gallagher is out front.
So flying home from D.C.
Congressman Madison Cawthorn on Instagram.
Like they got mad at him for bringing a gun to the airport. I thought this was America, not communist China. Okay, I thought this was America. It's like very cool to be able to bring a gun to an airport. I thought you could do that. Why are they free my man, free Cawthorn, dude? Yeah, I didn't realize this was a thing. You know what? Oh, what's next? You can't bring box cutters? Get the fuck out of here.
Instagram.
Which he actually did. He brought knives to a school too, apparently.
Appearing to make that Tuesday morning, agents at Charlotte Douglas International Airport detected this loaded pistol at a checkpoint. Charlotte police.
Oh my God, he brought a loaded one. You know he did this on purpose, dude. This is the type of shit that like actually helps him with his constituency, okay? North Carolina, like all the fucking golfing like retired admirals in North Carolina are like, yeah, that's a good boy right there.
His run-ins with law enforcement not limited to air travel. Cawthorn is set to appear before a judge in May on charges of driving with a revoked license. Dashcam video.
Oh, and then this came out. Yes, exactly. He was, my man loves driving. He loves driving very dangerously. You would expect, like, you know, Greg Abbott avoids trees, right? Don't think Greg Abbott will ever be in the forest ever again for the rest of his life. Madison Cawthorn, on the other hand, was like, fuck that. One, Madison Cawthorn also hates trees, beats the shit out of trees. But two, doesn't give a fuck. He will drive nonstop, and he will drive illegally, and he will drive very fast.
By a coalition of North Carolina news organizations shows the March 3rd stop for driving left of center and an expired tag, where a trooper tells the youngest member of Congress
Yeah, they were like, yeah, again, it's conspiracy. Oh, here it is. Here's our boy. Here's our boy right here going akimbo. Had to erase the evidence that I got beat in this one. Here's Madison Cawthorn absolutely destroying the forest. He's like, this is what I think about. He's like, this is what I think about climate change, you fucking hippie pussies, you tree huggers. Get him. Fucking get him, dude. He's beating that ass, dude. This is revenge for Greg Abbott. That's what he's doing. Solidarity. My man was like, solidarity with Greg Abbott. Fuck trees. He could defeat you, probably. So, and then here it is. Here it is. Akimbo. Many Patriot Takes is so good. Again, another one of these like outlets that does this stuff, and I respect it and I love it. Okay. Madison Cawthorn was recently at the shooting range. Many are saying Cawthorn is demonstrating poor shooting form. It's like, yeah, I mean, I've done it too. So.
But the record that has Republicans on the Hill riled up isn't his legal one. It's his pattern of controversial comments.
Madison is wrong.
Like calling Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky a thug.
This was insane. I don't know what prompted him to do this, but he straight up, that was crazy. So they try to get him with his lib shit, okay? I don't think Republicans give a fuck one way or the other, right? If Donald Trump has said that, they'd be like, fuck yeah, sir, you're right. We hate Zelensky. Anyway, let's continue.
Remember, the Ukrainian government is incredibly corrupt and it is incredibly evil.
And claiming he's been invited to cocaine-fueled orgies in D.C.
Well, hey, we're going to have kind of a sexual get-together at one of our homes. You should come. And I'm like,
I do think it's pretty funny that a Republican would say that, like, another government is corrupt and evil, especially, like, if you're in the American government, you are automatically more evil than every other government combined, pretty much. You know what I mean? So, I mean, yeah, Zelensky has corruption charges against him as well before this, before this invasion. He was not necessarily super popular. It doesn't matter. None of that justifies the invasion, obviously, but, like, he's just, I don't even know why he's saying that, but specifically hilarious when you got a Republican congressperson being like, wow, this guy is incredibly evil and corrupt. I'm like, what? My friend, have you seen the American political infrastructure? Okay.
What did you just ask me to come to? Yeah. And then you realize they're asking you to come to an orgy, and then you watch them do, a key bump of cocaine right in front of you.
That landed him a closed-door meeting with party leadership.
I just told him he's lost my trust. He's going to have to earn it back. I laid out everything that I find is unbecoming.
Members of his own party are seeking to stop him from getting a second term.
We're starting to see this coordinated drip campaign.
Next month's primary has a crowded field of GOP candidates backed by state Republicans.
They call it Instagram famous. Famous for what they post online.
And they're leaning heavily on Cawthorn's slate of scandals.
Bro, they're just making him look hot and cool. Like, the Republican strategy of shitting on Madison Cawthorn was basically like, he's hot and cool. Look at him having fun like a normal person and also looking incredibly sexy.
So will any of this actually matter in the May 17th primary? Well, look, North Carolina's 11th.
Especially when you look at who Madison Cawthorn, who's like trying to unseat Madison Cawthorn, and he is like the ultimate goober, dude. Look at this guy. Yeah, here it is. You got more trouble for GOP Representative Madison Cawthorn. North Carolina Republican senator endorses the primary opponent. It doesn't matter. Donald Trump endorsed Madison Cawthorn. And I think he's going to stand by him most likely. Unless Donald Trump does like to fucking, change his opinion when he sees like polls shift against someone and will literally be like, yeah, I'm revoking my endorsement. But we'll see. Where is it? Where is his fucking opponent? Like, I need to show you a photo of his opponent so you understand what this motherfucker, like, is just straight up. This is his fucking opponent, dude. Get the fuck out of here, okay? I mean, goddamn, dude. I mean, just on vibe checks and drip alone, Madison's got this in the bag, okay? I'm not just saying that because, he's coming on the stream. Straight up. Look at this fucking guy. This dude is never reporting on the orgies. And judging by this look alone, you don't want to know what kind of orgies he's going to, all right? Come the fuck on. I mean, vibe check failure. What the fuck? Okay, look, anyway, my attitude on this Republican primary across the board is that I don't even need to see what either of their positions are on any of these issues. It's a fucking Republican primary. They're both psychos who I will never agree with on a singular thing, okay? So, I would rather see the truth about what is going on behind these cocaine orgies. And also on top of that, I would rather see the 27-year-old who is the 27-year-old whistleblower who punches trees and shit because it's like better content than whatever this fucking thing is, okay? However, if the Madison Cawthorn allegations actually reach outlets that are read by conservatives and seen by conservatives, i.e. Fox News, rather than the National Review, which is in circulation to 12 people, or the Federalist, which, you know, again, 13 people read, like that's not going to do anything. The Washington Examiner, no one's going to fucking care, you know what I mean? If anything, CNN will pick up that and cover it, and then Madison Cawthorn could be like, look at the fucking establishment rhinos alongside the Democrat demons fucking disparaging me because I'm a brave truth teller, right? So that will actually most likely favor him, right? Unless Fox News comes after him and starts saying like, look, yeah, he's bad, you know, we need a new guy. In that case, like, you know, that will be different. If Donald Trump, for example, like revokes his endorsement, that will be bad for him in the primaries that are coming up. But so far, his shit is probably fine. Cawthorn still leads by 20 points. It's down by 32 though. Yeah, but again, the tightening race for Cawthorn is still fucking what, a 20-point lead? That's psychotic, dude. So all this shit pops off, but then finally we get to the last part of this bargain, last part of this equation, which is where they basically start saying he's gay. Okay, so this is really interesting. New information came out yesterday where there was an ethics complaint filed against Madison Cawthorn by what is it? It's like Fire Cawthorn PAC or something. They like set up a PAC for him specifically to attack him. In that ethics complaint, they found Madison Cawthorn. They found like a leaked video and Venmo payments on top of the leaked, on top of the ethics complaint that was filed against him, where he's like joking with a staffer. The president of the PAC dedicated to removing Cawthorn from office has filed an ethics complaint against the congressman. The complaint alleges he did not properly file House financial disclosures regarding gifts and loans to Mr. Stephen L. Smith. A video reportedly featuring Cawthorn and Smith, who works as the congressman's scheduler, was published online Thursday, and now they're just basically saying he's gay. Here is the Midas Touch version of the video. In this video, he appears to be like, I don't know, doing poetry or something, like joking around, and here's what happened.
Be filled with passion and desire. Would like to see your naked body beneath my hands.
Me too. I'd like to do that as well. Yeah.
So they're basically saying like they're fucking gay, which that in and of itself is not, I think, like this is just how straight dudes that are even in a lot of instances like super homophobic act. So I don't think this is enough for someone to be gay. I think someone was saying that he's potentially his cousin too, the person who's doing that. That's like weirder than actually being gay, like way weirder obviously than him like, you know, secretly being gay and in the closet and being homophobic or anything. That's like pretty normal. But ultimately, I think this is just like dude stuff. Watch any 5 minutes of OTK content and you'll see this. I mean, dude, me and Will literally dry hump each other all the time on camera. Like that's, you know what I mean? It's just you're gay with your boys, especially like there's two different types of dudes. You know what I mean? It's like if you're comfortable with your sexuality, you can get real gay with your homies. Or if you're very uncomfortable with your sexuality, okay, and also homophobic, you can still get very gay with your homies as well. So, but it's just guys being dudes straight up. So then there were Venmo messages they're using as like an example of them being gay, and the Venmo messages are like the oldest fucking straight guy shit on the planet, which is like, you know, Stephen Smith paid Madison Cawthorn for loving me daily and nightly, the quickie at the airport, the stuff we did in Amsterdam, getting naked for me in Sweden. This is literally like, have you never had a friend? This is the type of shit that you 1,000,000%. This is only for an audience of people who have never had a friend in their lives. Okay. They've never even like accidentally had a companion that they do not have sexual interest for, but are just simply joshing and joking around. This is like also very fratty humor too. So they are trying to take this like super literal and super serious. And they're basically just saying like, this video is one of the several exhibits filed in support of an ethics complaint, which calls for an investigation into Cawthorn. Like, what is the ethics complaint here? That he's gay, possibly with his homies? Like, that's anyway. It's hilarious, and I know that like a lot of liberals are also like, "Ooh, you're gay," and they're just like being homophobic for no fucking reason. But this is straight up straight guy behavior. This does not absolve you from even being fucking homophobic personally. A lot of straight dudes that do this sort of stuff are themselves incredibly homophobic. This video is one of the several exhibits filed in support of an ethics complaint. Among the many allegations, the claim that Cawthorn provided thousands of dollars in loans and gifts to Smith. We have a video of him. Your Honor, I would like to file an exhibit here to show you that Madison Cawthorn is certainly gay because there is no known footage of him ever saying no homo after touching his homie. Clearly, Your Honor, here's footage of Madison Madison Cawthorn in a hot tub, and you can see that he is seated 3 feet away from his friend Steven. Obviously, the rule is 5 feet apart. Otherwise, it's gay. Your Honor, it's very clear that my man is a homosexual and not a homosexual. Case closed. And then the judge is like, "You're right. This courtroom has now been adjourned." Anyway, ultimately, even if he's gay or not, none of this matters in the grand scheme of things. I don't even think it's going to matter in the Republican primaries, but I'm sure there's more stuff that's slated to come out against him. But when this stuff popped off, even with the cocaine orgy stuff, even before all this Oppo research came out, I was like, yo, I want to have Madison Cawthorn on the stream because I want to hear him out about this stuff, because he had reached out to me a year prior. So I DM'd him last night. I said, Madison Cawthorn, you can come on the stream if you would like. I said, still down, because he had reached out. He said, hey man, would absolutely love to connect sometime. I said, still down, because I would absolutely have you on. I see what they're doing to you right now. Come address why the establishment is eating you alive. They're not a part of our generation where everyone has a phone camera. I also 100% think the last couple of hit jobs are bullshit. We obviously won't agree on anything else though. I said, thanks man. I know we don't agree on much, but I do often appreciate a lot of your takes and approach. I don't know why he said that. I've got my primary on the 17th. Would you be down to do it after? And I said, sure. I said, sure. We can do it before as well. If you want to address the drip feed of Oppo shit beforehand, you will never get someone in any other media outlet to be charitable on that stuff, most likely. He left me on red on that last one. I don't think he's going to come before the primaries, but we will have him on after the primaries, which is on the 17th. But, you know, we will keep a close eye on what is going on and all the drip feed of opposition research that comes out leading up to this moment. So that is where we're at for the time being. That's where we're at. That's what's going on in the Madison Cawthorn saga. I just wanted to let you guys know on what is happening. Replied 10 months later, top behavior. Yes, that is top behavior. I am a selfless top, but sometimes I can appear as a selfish top.
Not safe for work. Madison Cawthorn link. Shut the fuck up. Are you serious? New Madison Cawthorn video and he's doing a sex thing. Wait, stop. Oh, fuck yeah, dude. Get the fuck out of here. What? Stop it. Is it NSFW? Wait, is that actually him? No shot. What the fuck? That's like straight NSFW. No, that's just like a dude in a wheelchair having like very weird sex with someone. Okay, that's like too much. I think I can't watch that. I don't think. I haven't listened to the audio. Hold on. I'm going to turn off the desktop audio for a second and I'm going to listen to it. Okay, 1 second. I'm listening to it. Hey, yo! What the fuck? Oh, that dude is definitely saying Madison. Oh, and he's saying you're sticking his dick in you're sticking your dick in his face. Yo, what the fuck, dude? What the fuck? Okay, show it, you coward. I can't. He's naked, dude. What the fuck? He's just straight. By the way, for the record, I still don't think Madison Cawthorn is gay. I watched that till the end, and I do not think, no. He's just fucking doing like frat bro shit. Like he's doing cishet guy being super gay with his cishet friends. He's trying to beat the bottom allegations so bad. This is exactly what I was talking about. Which, by the way, I mean, he still might be bisexual, but he is horsing around. Occupy Democrats gonna go insane, dude. Occupy Democrats about to post that video and be like, expose this. Oh no, dude. He's not having sex, but he is naked. He's doing homosexual shit. Would this be considered revenge porn? I think so. Yes. But the noises that he's making, dude, that's not sex, by the way. They're not having sex. They're not. Straight up. I'm not joking. Like they're horsing around. They're doing like sus shit. Okay, now I believe 100% of the cocaine orgies. Like, I'm not even kidding, dude. 1,000,000% of the cocaine orgies are real. Straight up, dude. Reacts are back in a big way. Dude, the joy in my fucking face, dude. Putting your dick on another dude when you are 100% naked is absolutely gay, Hasan. My friend,
I'm telling you, 1,000,000%. 1,000,000%. Dudes get insanely homoerotic around other fucking dudes that they perceive to be cishet. That doesn't stop them from being homophobic. That doesn't stop them from also being bisexual, but it certainly does not stop them from being homophobic. I don't know why chatters are, you're literally in cishet territory right now, chat. Okay, here, this is why. Here, this soundbite is the reason why I'm saying it's not like there's a third person in the room filming them naked. You can see his wheelchair. He's humping another dude, okay, and doing this sound while he's humping the dude. He's literally humping the dude while making that noise, and the other dude is laughing, and he has a pillow over him, okay? There's a pillow in between them, and he's using a pillow to deflect his cock from hitting him in the face. Austin! I have to show this text message, dude. Dude, Austin just texted me this, and he said, they just told me the news. It's George W. Bush. It's George W. Bush with 9/11. No shot he came up with that joke on his own. Someone in the Discord. Oh, Madison Cawthorn just dropped. Madison Cawthorn response just dropped. He said a new hit against me just dropped. Years ago in this video, I was being crass with a friend trying to be funny. We were acting foolish and joking. That's it. I'm not backing down. I told you there would be a drip campaign. Blackmail won't win. We will.
Wait, so he admitted the authenticity of the video?
Yeah, of course.
Okay, look. Madison, bro, no homo. But like, I never have done that. I'm gay and I've never done that. I just think it's a little, with your cousin, I just think it's a little
I don't know if
weird.
that's his cousin or not.
Shit.
I don't know if that dude in the video is his cousin, but the previous one where like someone grabs his dick was his, like someone like fake grabs his cock was his cousin.
After the video, I think I'm registering back to the Democratic Party, to be honest with you. I've come back to my senses. I'm coming back home, baby.